Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 433. I'm trying to get through it. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Tony Korkanakis.
Yo.
And Corey Feinsod.
Yo.
What's up, guys? Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers, to 433 of the Moviecast. Sorry. We had some interesting technical difficulties to start. So, welcome to the Moviecast, though. Let's kick this thing off. We got a topic for you guys tonight. We're going to do like our dream casting sort of thing. You know how the websites do that? They run down actors they want to see play a role. So we're going to be doing that with Fantastic Four roles, some of them, and X-Men roles, some of them as well. We're not going to go through every single person, I don't think. I have a few myself, and like Tony, everybody's got their own. So first, let's get into what we've been up to, and then move into the box office and stuff. So kicking it off, trying to think of what I've been watching. Well, Mike, go first. I'm remembering what I've been up to.
I don't think I watched too much. Maybe one more episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
I'm slowly getting through that season, but yeah, that's about it.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., huh? Yeah, I mean, it's a lull really right now with everything. I didn't get to see. Oh, Tony, you went and saw. Did you see like a movie too?
Yep.
So yeah, lay it on us. What do you think?
You know what? I liked it a lot better than I thought I would.
Okay.
I think we talked about this before, about how like this sequel, kind of like Incredibles 2 or Wreck-It Ralph 2, like it's one of those things where like, what are you doing? Like, why did you wait so long? And I still feel that way. Like, I mean, I think it was 5 years since the first one.
Yeah. Wow.
And
really, jeez.
Yeah, 5 years. But for me, this one was more worthwhile than say Incredibles 2. Because that was, I mean, what, like a over 10-year gap. It's just the wait wasn't needed for that. I think kind of like maybe Deadpool, a bit of the magic is lost because you've already been exposed to this type of animation. Because the first time you saw the original Lego movie, it's like, wow, this is really cool and inventive and creative and whatnot. So when you see it now, just like, okay. Like, there's been how many Lego movies now?
Oh, there's tons, yeah.
Yeah. But it was enjoyable. The storyline actually goes a little dark. Very surprising. Like, not like kids will be like, oh, wow, that's really dark. But like, as an adult, you're like, oh, yeah, that's kind of dark. Like, interesting topic and interesting material there. But they used some clever gags. I think everybody here on this podcast needs to watch it at some point because there are just so many references. Honestly, it feels like there's so many things we talk about that like have a reference in this movie. And it's like, what? Like, this is so absurd. Like, I wish I had seen it with you guys because it would have been like, what the fuck? Did you guys hear that or see that? It is just really hilarious. The musical notes are actually pretty good in this. Will Arnett has a rap scene as Batman, which is pretty praiseworthy, in my opinion. But yeah, I would definitely recommend seeing it. I think the songs are somehow even catchier than the first one.
Really?
Really enjoyed it. Kind of disappointing that it seems like it's flopping at the.
It's a flop. Yeah, it's a flop.
But hopefully they could turn it around. I mean, the sets are so cool though. Like the actual toys, like that's what it needs to do. Like as long as the toys are selling well. And I just hope we can get a third one, and it just doesn't take another 5 years to get that.
Yeah,
we'll see. I really haven't been watching too much of note. I'm like trying to remember. I watched Young Justice. That's pretty much it. The Grand Tour. I'm back to watching again. That's kind of taking up some time. I like that show a lot, so I like those guys. So it's always fun to watch what kind of stuff they get into. Corey.
Well, I watched Incredibles 2. It's on Netflix.
Nice.
And because of the fact that you guys brought expectations down so much, I didn't find it to be as bad.
Okay. Well, I mean, yes, yeah. It's not like I hated the movie. It's just
No, but it's but I could see if I had like been waiting 10 years for this, is like. Obviously it doesn't have the same impact as the first one, and then I could see where you guys are coming from with the questions of what took so long to get this movie out.
Yeah, and that's really
especially since it's the gap directly after the events.
I think we took and that's to me that's the big signal. But like if they have like a time jump where like I was in college and whoever Dash was in the middle school or high school or something like that,
Mhm.
and whatnot. Like I would have been more okay with it because like we could see the characters grow, alongside the audience
Sure.
and stuff like that. But it's like takes place like what, a month or two after. It's like
Yeah, it's
really
yeah.
like all right.
It worked out
So-
for me because I had seen the original to have my girlfriend watch it just before that launched. So I was like, oh, I picked up right where I left off, but it still didn't have an impact that I was looking for.
So yeah, let's say. But been really excited for the Overwatch League to start. I got my stuff
Nice.
on.
Nice.
But so like there's a team in the Overwatch League that's owned by a Chinese. I think they're I forget what town it's in China, but it's the Spark, and this owner is a huge fan of Gun Gal Online, the anime, and the main character is like this pink little cutesy anime character in this game, in this anime, and so they modeled all of the like the logo and the name and everything.
The color scheme.
And the color scheme is based off of this character. And so I was like, well, I gotta check it out. I gotta watch it. And I didn't even realize it's actually like a spin-off of Sword Art Online.
Oh,
So
God.
it's basically, it's so funny because with Apex Legends out now, it's a battle royale anime.
Nice.
So it's a squad-based battle royale. I was like, this is so funny.
Yeah.
So it's like you have like 30 teams of 6 or less, and the main person in this is always is in a team of 2, just her and some other person. And it was fun. It was just so funny. It was timely because I was like, wait, is this like just a battle royale? Like, and yeah, that's all it was battle royale. So
Cool.
it was pretty interesting. That's actually pretty good anime. So I watched that. Still waiting for Young Justice to come back.
Yeah. I'm still catching up, but
it's getting a lot better.
Yeah.
What else? I watched like a bunch of stuff.
that's why I always draw a
Solo.
blank. Oh, that's right. I draw blanks
It's on
on this, and I'm
Netflix.
like, what did I watch? And I'm like, gonna
I,
remember.
I
afterwards.
just remember, I didn't get to play much this week, so I watched a lot of those things.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's pretty much it though. Worth talking about.
All right, let's get into the box office and kicking off with Lego Movie 2, where that only brought in $34.5 million. Yeah, not a good opening.
Half of it.
Yeah,
It's like you guys were saying, it's the timing.
I think that's really what it is. It's another aspect of it where you have it's just too long. I didn't even realize it was that long of a gap.
It
But
doesn't
geez.
seem that long. But the thing also is that people, I think, are a little confused because there's been so many like half Lego movies that have come out in between them.
Ninjago and Batman and
Yeah, so everyone's just like, is this another one
And
of
then
those?
you have
again?
all the kick straight to video kids ones.
Yeah,
yeah. I think so. They flooded their own market.
Yeah.
kind of. And yeah, this just wasn't the whole like hype train building up to it that the first one had, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So I mean, I want to see it, and it's free for me, so I will see it. Probably
I want
this
to
weekend.
see it too.
I will probably see it this
I
weekend.
really liked
but,
the first one, so definitely looking forward to this one. And yeah, I mean, A-List is fantastic for that.
What Men Want at number 2, Cold Pursuit, The Upside, and Glass are your top 5. Yeah, so
Got a big release this week for me.
yeah,
Oh,
Alita's coming out this
Me
week.
too.
So like I said, the positive about this thing is it went back up in Rotten Tomatoes score, which is so weird to see. I'm psyched to see the action sequence in this movie. I'm going to see Lego Movie.
I think it's going to be a visual,
first.
like really fun visual. Yeah,
Sure,
perfect.
sure.
Visual treat.
Yeah.
For sure. Who knows how to adapt the story and everything,
Yeah.
but visually I expect a good show.
Is your Valentine's Day date, Corey?
Possibly.
There you go.
There's a romance angle to it, so
Yeah. So
Is it appropriate? I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
jury's out on that one.
Yeah.
Does
So
a robot have a soul?
opening this week. That's about it, really. Let's get into the movie news, movie and show news. We have a couple things come out. Well, let's kick it off with probably the largest bit of news this week was the release of more footage from Aladdin, and the world got to see the blue. The blue
social media attention.
Okay, so why is my camera fading in and out? Let's get somebody else on screen. Yeah, there you go, Mike.
All
Mike.
right.
So, impressions of the blue Will Smith.
Well, when we were arguing before about how bad the variety picture looked, I'm like, you know what? I bet this would look better than some blue CGI Michelin Man version of him.
Yeah, you know what? Okay,
guess
so
what?
I don't disagree with you on this. I feel like they should have tried to make him more like the Genie of the cartoon.
Again,
less
you're
like
missing
Will Smith.
the point that the Genie, he has hair, he has face. He's humanoid. He's just a cartoon. So what are you going to make him? Like a mutant?
Larger. Make him larger.
That's what they
He
did.
is larger.
This is what happened.
No,
because
I mean
they
like-
have Will
like
Smith. They
giant
have
larger, like
the
a
hair,
lot
they
larger.
have him look the way he's going to look. So they
Keep
just
like Will Smith's face and just make him broad.
that's
Make
what
him
they
like
did.
It does look broad.
do the Kingpin look from Spider-Verse.
Oh my god.
No, what are you talking about?
I mean,
I definitely think it needed to be a bit more exaggerated.
Yes, that's why he's not exaggerating. It looks like they put blue paint on Will Smith.
Like his proportions just need to be like he literally needs to look like a triangle. Like this is the one time where like it's okay to look like a triangle.
would that make sense though in the realistic version of Aladdin that they're making here?
It's a freaking genie.
It's a genie, but a genie is like a human spirit pretty much.
But no,
I don't know. I think everybody's blowing this way out of proportion. Like I have no problem with this. Like,
I don't have a problem with it either.
I don't think he looks very
the
good.
biggest problem I have with it is, and what Mike said before, is you're getting Will Smith. I mean, you're gonna get the same character that he plays in like all of his movies. I don't think he doesn't have much range as an actor. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And so
That's shots fired here.
Wow.
no, I'm just saying like you're gonna get the Floyd
listen.
Lawson from Suicide Squad attitude. You're gonna get the
This coming from, and I was going to mention that this coming from a giant Ben Affleck fan. So talk about range.
Wow.
I think Will Smith
he
has
has
two things. He's either the like happy-go-lucky fun guy, or he's like the super serious sad dude
Stoic, yeah.
in a few movies.
Sure. I don't mind that it's Will Smith playing Genie. I don't think he looks good as the Genie. Like it. I think in the blue form, if this is the form we're getting a lot of in this movie, no.
I think he needs more of an aura or something.
Yeah,
Like,
Right, he needs to be more
presence.
real.
yeah.
I think that's what it is. He's too solid.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, that might be it. So
Yeah, like turn the
By the way-
transparency up a little bit, Disney.
Yeah, exactly.
that's it.
No,
That's
wait.
it.
Casper.
Call DC and ask them how to wash things out.
Oh
So
god.
It's dark.
Yeah,
I mean, DC was way dark.
yeah,
I mean,
Actually,
the
the
thing is-
trailer was really visually dark too. You
Yeah, it
didn't
was.
see anything.
it was.
Mm.
And I think that who the hell was playing Jafar? Like, is it a kid?
He
some
so
10-year-old.
like he just didn't seem like he was excited.
The thing
at all.
I'm I don't actually like much of the casting in this movie.
No, I'm
Like Aladdin looks a little weird to me.
I mean,
Like,
the Aladdin guy seems like the best choice of the casting they've done so far. He seems like Aladdin
Yeah.
to me.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like he
he's
does
too
look
pretty.
like average.
I mean, he's like
average
too much of
Joe.
a pretty boy for
Too
like,
much
he's
of a
not.
pretty boy. He was supposed to be a pretty boy.
I don't know. He
I don't
seems
know.
too. He seems so soft. Like I want to see more like a street rat, like rough.
You know,
looking
like
guy.
when they
And then
came
they
up
clean
with
him
the design for Aladdin, they're like, let's get Tom Cruise meets Michael J. Fox. That's what they were going for.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. It is surprising though to see like the reaction, which I think is more negative on social media than positive.
Mhm.
And I don't know, like people are coming after like, oh, how dare, like there's some meme going around where it's like Harry Potter yelling at him and it's like, how dare you stand where he stood? And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, get over yourself. Like I can't even imagine Ron Williams, if he were alive, would care. Like he'd be like, it's a different character, it's a different take.
Not
Just
a
enjoy it.
cartoon.
Actually,
I have no problem with it being Will Smith. I think he brings his own sort of thing that
Yeah.
makes it totally different. What I do have a problem with is the sort of CGI in between matchup thing that happened with it.
Yeah, no, I think it's.
if Robin Williams was still around, this movie wouldn't be being made except for if it was Robin Williams. He had a weird contract with Disney.
Oh, did he?
Nobody was able to play Genie but him.
Did he?
people
Who played him in?
Other people played.
No,
Who
Genie.
played him in the direct?
this version of Aladdin, Disney's Aladdin?
Did he do it in the cartoon? That was
Yeah.
Saturday
I thought it
morning
was somebody
cartoon?
else.
He
Only did it like once, I thought.
no, he has the rights to those songs though.
Yeah, but he does. You don't sing the songs, then.
Sure, they could cut those songs, but they're going to have them in there. I'm pretty certain.
If they don't riot,
What's that?
if they don't have the songs in there, I riot.
I'm telling you,
It's
he
Ali.
had.
Look,
he
I will
had
literally
a
stand
contract.
up and boo. Like I
Throw
will
your
boo
soda at the
everybody.
screen,
I'm gonna break this up right now.
They're like,
I'm gonna look it up.
"Boo!"
I'm gonna look it up
Doing it
while we
live.
talk about this. But yeah, so
So yeah, no, I think there's just way more attention for this than necessary. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's who really cares, and at the same time, like once you see it, like in you can then process and make your judgments on it. Like
I
Yeah.
mean,
small
but I,
glimpse right
it,
now.
it does look pretty bad, like surprisingly bad for something they'd show in a trailer.
that's what I'm worried about. Like they left this out for a while because clearly the Genie wasn't done. I'm like, I don't think he's done still. So
When is the movie coming out?
May?
Summer.
Summer. It's definitely summer. It's May or June, I
June?
think. But
It might be June.
um
It's not May. They wouldn't put it next to Avengers
unless
unless it's late May.
Doesn't
Well,
it say? I
hasn't
think
stopped
it is.
them before.
I think it is May. I think I remember in the trailer it said
Oh, really?
May something, but I'm not sure when. It probably is like the.
Oh wait,
25th.
Avengers is April now. That's right.
It's probably
yeah,
like
late
May,
April.
May 25th or something would be what my guess is from
Yeah, that's true.
seeing the trailer 1.5 times.
I can't find this weird stuff yet. I have to look this up for next podcast. But I'm not gonna
May
take it.
24th. Yeah,
Yeah, May
so that's a
24th.
month. All right, that's fair. That's a month out.
So yeah. Anyways. We'll see what they can do with Genie. I think they might change some of it. I don't know if they have time, but it is post processing, post whatever it is. So maybe they can do more. But all right, more news about. Let's go to DC. We've got Shazam coming out soon. A lot of news from that coming, and it's
We've
been
got another ghostly figure here.
yeah. So it's been reported now that while Henry Cavill did in fact shoot a sequence for this movie. He may not be shown in this movie, and instead they're going to go with a more generic Superman silhouette in this movie. This cameo. Yeah, so there's two down of the original. I think
No, well, why do you think that's down? They're still negotiating. He might be in it still.
they are negotiating contract. He's negotiating because he wants them to make Man of Steel 2, and they don't want to. So what's the? I see his point. What's the point? So yeah, he's negotiating a contract to try to do that. But
yeah, because I think at this point, if he shows up in the movie, it counts as an appearance.
it does. Yeah.
And his contract, most likely, like the others, is set for a certain amount of movies. So if they do this, they have to renegotiate and, AKA, pay him more money. And if they're not planning on using him after this, like, what's the point of fucking paying him?
Well, that was his.
tens of-
That's his side of things. It's a
But
weird.
the other side of it is like, do you have to put him in a movie like to fulfill your contract?
No. So,
Or buy him out? I don't know.
I mean, furthering my point along that these people will not appear in a movie together again.
Yeah, we know,
But
it doesn't make sense at this point if you're not going to continue with them.
no. So I think I know why that's. There we go. It's getting my fan. All right. Now that's why it was. Sorry, everybody. That's why it was fading in and out. I bet you. All right. What else I have? Oh, I have more Masters of the Universe. A movie for me it will be starting to film in July. There are no casting done for this yet whatsoever, and yet it's going to start filming in July.
It's a big yikes.
Yeah, so Sony is doing this movie, and the writers are from Iron Man and Men in Black International. So that's their two projects. Yeah, Nee Brothers were reporting to direct. It's just I don't even know. Like, how do you don't have a casting? Why are you doing a production start date? Cast first, right? Then do a production.
Probably you would want to do that, but they may have like locked down certain sets and stuff. And
They definitely start. That's when they start in. They definitely start filming principal photography then, which is early, and they can still cast in the next 2 months. But you got to find actors who have open availability right now, essentially.
Oh, there are going to be some no names in there.
Yeah.
I would assume. Yep.
All right. I also have. We missed this news last week. The Walking Dead's Michonne is leaving the show now. I didn't mention. Yeah. Why is this show going on?
It's going to be the Daryl show.
Well, honestly, I'm sure they're still like raking it in, but relatively speaking, it's got to be way down.
It's way down. It's down to its first season's episodes. I know the viewership. It's still the most watched cable show. But again, you're dealing with cable shows. You don't have numbers that you need to worry about, really. I mean, if you're going to use that, that's fine. Doesn't mean it's going to keep going. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean those numbers sustain them on the air. Because I've seen this way too many times with like sci-fi shows, TBS shows. They always, you know, while they may be the most watched, they don't stay on the air because it's still low numbers. It's cable, you know. So, but yeah. So I don't know. Leaving the show. Why do they continue with this? They should just stop. Now the rumor is she's leaving to go find Rick on the movies that they're making, but you know, so
that'd make the movies more of a selling point, I guess.
Yeah. So Corey, you're muted if you didn't know.
No, I know.
Okay.
There's noise in the background.
All right. And the last bit of news I have is pretty cool news because it looks like Marvel is still going to work with Hulu, at least, in their digital platform for launching shows. So it's been announced that Marvel and Hulu are teaming up for adult animated shows, including Howard the Duck.
What?
Being written by Kevin Smith, by the way.
Adult?
Yeah, so I wonder...
Like adult.
Not adult, but older audience.
No, I know. I meant like mature.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
So MODOK and Tiger and the Dazzler.
Disney streaming service, you're saying?
What's that?
It's not going to be on Disney Plus.
No, because Disney has Hulu, which they could do this.
Right. So all the adult-oriented properties will go to Hulu because that's an established brand.
Yeah.
Disney Plus will get all the kid-friendly stuff, the family-friendly stuff.
And Hulu was out. Actually, the guy who owns Hulu was out speaking like, "Hey, we'll take whatever Marvel shows they want to give us. Be that they were asking him directly about the Netflix shows if he would like to bring them to his network, and they won't. But he's open to it.
Yeah.
So
that would be nice.
They could find new home there. There was a lot of backlash to Marvel about getting those shows canceled, and we're all expecting Punisher to be announced shortly, and Jessica Jones right after that. It would be cool to see Hulu pick up and become the mature Disney. So, Runaways is getting renewed for season 3.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I'm shocked to see Kevin Smith attached to this with Howard the Duck, but MODOK is an ego. MODOK's the big head guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's going to be maintain control of his evil organization and family is the synopsis of this. So it sounds kind of interesting, but this gives new areas for Marvel because you can put the Deadpool stuff into Hulu now. You can put, like their movies and stuff. You don't have to have the Deadpool movies on the Disney subscription service.
Mm-hmm.
You really make that the Fox side. Put X-Men over there, move the X-Men TV shows in there. Yeah.
For sure.
So, So, all right. Yes. I think that's about it. Yes. Okay. That's all I have for news. I thought I missed something, but I didn't. So let's get into our topic. Our topic of the night is the X-Men and Fantastic Four, obviously moving back into Marvel now. I do not see them keeping actors. So we thought it'd be fun to mention who we could see playing the roles of these actors of these characters in the Disney universe, the Disney MCU. Mm-hmm. And I have to say I was inspired by looking this up because it's very hard for me to think of people right off the top of my head.
Yeah, I had to look up a lot of stuff. I found some interesting choices.
I did. I found Ron Perlman as the Thing.
Oh yeah, that would be a good one because that's really basically good. Hellboy, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're gonna cast an older person,
it's Ben Grimm. I think you can make him any age you want, and I think because of that, and also because he's gonna become the Thing, I think you could. He's already done.
There's gonna be a lot of CG.
I just see that that would be a great fit. That was the first thing I put on my list was him because I saw that and I'm like that is perfect.
I actually have Terry Crews for Ben Grimm.
Oh wow!
Ooh, that would be really cool.
That would be really cool. Never mind, man. I can't believe.
So I didn't think about it, but now you mentioned it. I think it would make a cool Bishop. Not that I think they would put him in the movies, but
that would be a good Bishop too.
For those wondering, we did not compare lists. We picked random people to cast, by the way, and Corey and I both just cast the same role, which is weird. But I don't know how many you casted though, Corey. Did you get the whole Fantastic Four done?
I did all 4 of
Go ahead.
Fantastic Four.
I did. I only did Dr. Doom after this.
Oh, okay. Sue Storm. I was casting Teresa Palmer.
Who's Teresa
her.
Palmer?
Guys,
Here's the
can look her
problem.
up.
I'm gonna look her up. So,
And then Mr. Fantastic, you're gonna have to look this guy up again as well. I cast.
oh yeah, Teresa Palmer. Okay.
Alex O'Langlin. He's the guy from Hawaii Five-0, the new one. He's the main guy from that. He also played Doctor on a television show, so he could do the nerdy thing, I think, and also still like kind of be a superhero.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. I can see that.
Johnny Storm, I cast Dave Franco for him.
James Franco's brother.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Doctor Doom, I had two people that I like for him. I have Jason Isaacs or Colin Farrell.
Colin fan.
No, I don't like them. No, I don't like them.
I'm not a Colin fan, but
Nope.
he might do well.
Again, was inspired by another website I looked up, but
I should have looked up
the villain from Rogue One.
Oh, that guy says villains all the time.
He's perfect for Doctor Doom, I think. Ben.
No, I mean that's why I like Jason
Mendelsohn?
Isaacs though. He's good. I think he's a good villain.
You just got to make sure he's roughly the same age as your Mr. Fantastic.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do.
Well, they're supposed to be college rivals.
I thought they were just
they
colleagues.
don't have to be anymore.
I thought they were colleagues.
This is the new world, man.
I didn't even know they were college rivals. See,
They knew each other.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just thought they were just colleagues that worked together and knew each other from that.
I think that's a small detail that nobody really.
Well, I think they're supposed to sort of be the other side of the same coin.
A little older.
I don't know. I
mean, we're talking about supposed to be. I mean, the X-Men universe has never really been true to continuity. So
no. I mean, Tony, did you cast any Fantastic Four?
No, unfortunately, I didn't.
I didn't care about them at all.
Yeah, I thought
those are the ones I started with. I was like, oh, let me see these guys.
So did I. I was like, let's just get this done, and then I'll move into the X-Men. So yeah, I think my next set, I'm gonna controversial maybe. Not controversial. It's the right casting. It's always has been the right casting, and it still is the right casting for Professor X. Is still Patrick Stewart.
You're right.
Yeah, I couldn't do that either. I'm like, I can't think of anyone else. So I would still
it's still the right casting.
I mean, it depends on what we want to do with like the story here, but yeah,
I can't see anybody else playing that role, and I couldn't before those movies were made. You know what I mean? Like he was the right cast. Was it Wizard Magazine? Was it Wizard Magazine that came out that we were reading that had the dream casting? You could like we found an article. It's like an old magazine before the.
Oh yeah, I remember Wizard. Yeah.
They posted their dream role was Patrick Stewart as Professor X, and that is what happened.
You get an old bald guy who looks kind of like,
he just
like
matched.
Yeah,
just matched Professor X's look. So I just don't see him getting recast. I mean, did anyone else cast Professor X?
No, I couldn't do it.
No, that one was hard.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Bruce Willis. Did you actually write that one down? Or are you just throwing that one out there?
I didn't. I only found a couple things. I didn't really write much down.
Mike, I would love to know who you would like to see as Wolverine.
See, here's the problem. Honestly, I'd like to see a total no-name do it.
Okay,
but I
looked at that I think would be good.
I looked at some of the lists online, and most of them are god awful.
Yeah.
But of the god awful, there was one I'm like, you know what? If this person, like, I don't know anything about his acting, but if he knows how to act, it might be okay. And bear with me because my initial reaction was, God, no. But Zac Efron.
God, no.
And the reason why is because I know he's kind of short. He's like 5'8", 5'7".
Yeah.
I know he can get jacked, and he would look the part. Now I don't know how he can act, and I know that, and I know he's about my age, so he's like younger 30s, so that's a decent age for someone to start as Wolverine. I think.
Really, he's that old? I didn't think he was that old.
Yeah.
He was doing High School Musical like 10 years ago, and he was probably not in high school.
I didn't watch him. Sorry,
he was college.
I didn't watch him.
High School Musical. So
yeah.
But I think if he, I don't know again how he can act, but if he could act, he wouldn't be too bad.
I can see that. I saw an interesting list where they put Tom Hardy as Wolverine.
I saw that. I can't stand his voice. I can't stand his voice, so I can't stand his
acting. It depends on how
like
old we want to have.
Yeah, and if we need Old Man Logan to come back, cast Mel Gibson.
I got this guy. I don't know. He's the guy from Gossip Girl. He's in Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
But his name's Penn Badgley.
Badgley.
Yeah, this guy. I don't know if you can see.
Oh yeah, got a little Logan look going with the chops. Yeah. So that wouldn't be bad.
I can see that.
I originally, I actually, believe it or not, I was inspired by another website thing, but I saw Jensen Ackles, but he's too tall. After I looked this up later, I was like, he's 6'1". I don't want another tall Wolverine, but I think he would be good as Wolverine.
What would you guys think about John Bernthal?
Yeah, he's gonna be out of work soon.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like he kind of plays that like bad boy.
He's shorter. Yeah.
The problem for me is it would be like, oh, the Punisher is Wolverine, because that's the characters are kind of similar in a few ways.
No, I get it.
It would be a little much.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I'm just throwing things out for fun.
There was another one I saw that was up. The guy from Vikings was up for him too. The main character, the main actor. Yeah. I think the biggest is Scott Eastwood. Is that the biggest rumor for the?
Yeah, Scott Eastwood.
Is the actual big rumor.
I
saw
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Why do you
want to get Wolverine like 6'4"?
That's the rumor. So I like Jensen Ackles. I think he'd be great as him. He's just 6'1". He's 6'1".
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy from Supernatural. Those you don't know. Or
his older brother.
Mike for you side for Smallville for you, Mike. Lana's other boyfriend.
One thing I found really interesting. One thing I found really interesting in my search for ideas and stuff like that was for Magneto was Daniel Craig. I thought about that, and I was like,
I picked one out myself. I said John Hamm.
John Hamm.
John Hamm.
Okay. I could see that.
Or Jason Isaacs.
That's why you didn't want him.
I know. That's it. I wrote both of them down. John Hamm or Jason Isaacs. Those are the two that I wrote down for Magneto.
You know who I would choose for Magneto? The guy who was supposed to be Cable, who wasn't from Avatar.
Oh, yeah.
That could be
cool. You know what's funny is like I was like browsing websites that were trying to do these lists, and they recasted Cable as him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, they're not going to recast Cable now because Deadpool's not getting touched.
He's too old though, I think, for Cable also.
Yeah,
but I do like that guy for Magneto as well.
I do like Fassbender what he did with him, but I think, and that's maybe why I was influenced to say John Hamm because I think they're kind of similar looks, sort of thing. But I that's I don't know, but Jason Isaacs has the look too. I think he would actually do you get that later, white hair. I think he could do it.
Well, yeah, he's had the white hair in Harry Potter, so
that's what I mean. Yeah, so what else? What other casts do we have? Sorry,
I have Liam Hemsworth for Cyclops.
Who's that?
Liam,
the other
Hemsworth.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I think that could work.
I like that.
The problem with this is though you're bringing in these characters to interact with the MCU, so you're going to have someone who looks almost exactly like Thor be Wolverine.
Yeah, but he's like he seems so much like the Boy Scout typical.
Or they make makeup.
I mean, not Wolverine, Cyclops.
Yeah, that's why they make makeup, Mike.
On one of the lists, I saw Joseph Gordon-Levitt for a younger Cyclops.
Yeah, I want somebody. I think he's too small. I want somebody a little bigger.
He could be like Gambit.
Oh God.
I could see him being like Iceman more than I could see him being
Iceman.
He could be an Iceman.
I will go out and make this prediction. I'm going to make this prediction right now. I'll make a prediction for the future right now. Gambit will 150% be in the X-Men in the set in the Marvel universe.
I don't know, man.
How long though? Like how long?
No. I think like right away. I mean, right off the bat.
Really? Off the bat?
Off the bat. Yep.
It'll be interesting to see if they like origin the X-Men like completely for this.
No, I think we're going to get. I think that their intention. My theory behind this is that they will intentionally bring in mutants that we really haven't seen but are popular, just so it gives them their own team. So we may not even get a Cyclops. We may get something else in the, what I mean? Like we'll get a Wolverine. There's no question. I think
you're going to get a Cyclops just because they're bringing him back in the comics. And
I just think that we'll get.
That's always an indication of who they're going to promote in the movies.
I just think we'll get a Gambit this time instead of a Nightcrawler.
Do you have somebody for Gambit?
No, I don't. I couldn't come up with anybody in my head who I could think of this to play Gambit.
I was having trouble. I wanted a Cyclops.
Maybe?
No. What's the guy that originally played him? Tyler.
Tyler
Hirsch.
Taylor Hirsch.
Yeah, Hirsch.
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
He wasn't bad. He was in a bad movie. There's a big difference. Yeah.
So for Beast, I was thinking Brendan McCoy. I like the guy that was in 12 Years a Slave. I don't know if you guys saw that or not.
I didn't see that one.
He's the main character in that. He's also in the Firefly movie, Serenity. He's got that educated sounding.
Yeah.
My favorite. I can't uncast Kelsey Grammer as Beast in my mind, but
nope, I can easily do that, Mike.
I thought he was great.
Nope, I can easily do that. I thought he was terrible.
That was like the best casting they've done.
Nope, I disagree. I didn't like that at all. I never liked him. I never liked him as Beast.
Why?
I don't know.
What's wrong? Like
I just see him as Kelsey Grammer. I cannot see him as Beast.
Kelsey Grammer is like this big dude with that like overly like articulate voice that like it's perfect.
But it's too pronounced. It's too like I cannot see anybody else but himself. And he's playing a character. He's for me. It's just
you couldn't see the Beast with all that makeup on.
Nope. I see Kelsey as soon as he talks. It's Kelsey Grammer.
I see Frasier.
Yes, that's it. I mean, that's what I mean. It's Frasier.
That's fine. He's fine though. I think he was good. He did this. He served his purpose. I would. I was thinking for Jean Grey though is that one chick from the 100 that like the chief lady. Like,
yeah.
The one who's on the Fear the Walking Dead now.
Yeah, she's great. That would be awesome as Jean Grey. Actually, I like that cast.
How about it won't ever happen now? But Amber Heard.
Well, depends on if Wonder Woman takes her head.
Yeah.
I really what's her name? Natalie Dormer from Game of Thrones.
Dormer.
I would have liked to see her as Rogue actually.
Yeah.
If she could do the accent, I think it'd be really good.
I think she's a bit too old now.
Yeah, I mean,
is she?
Yeah, I think she is. I don't know. It depends on what they're going to give us. What X-Men are they giving us? You know what I mean? Like that's really what we got to figure out.
Oh, she's 4 years older than me, so she's mid-30s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I thought she was. Yeah, so
yeah, go younger.
I mean, I'm an old man. I know that, but I you see them going younger on these roles.
And I figured the actress who plays Arya, if they wanted to, I doubt they do it, but if they wanted to go with a Shadow Cat, I think she'd be a good Shadow Cat.
Yeah,
Zoe Wolfsbane, right?
Their Wolverine, their movie's not coming out, so.
Oh wait, she is Wolfsbane. Wow. Okay,
yes, she is. But that movie will not see the light of day, so it doesn't matter. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I have on my list. What do you guys? Anything else to add? I don't know. Either way, I think it depends on how they're going to go. I mean, do we see them going young or do we see them going old?
Yeah, I guess that's an interesting question. Like, do you guys think they go with the origin story, or do you think we just kind of jump right into it with like a la Spider-Man Homecoming or something?
Actors for like a 10-year, like hey, they potentially could be around for 10 years. I think can't cast like 40-year-olds. Like you don't want the old Jean Grey and the young Rogue thing. I don't think that works this time around.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think they're going to go like teenage people. They're going to go more like mid-20s actors. Yeah, because I think that's the same idea. You want to lock, and they're going to lock them up. I mean, you're going to be you're signed on for a lot of movies. Yeah.
That's why I kind of think all of these it's going to be almost exclusively no-name people.
Oh yeah. I mean, most likely because no-name people will cost them pennies to the dollar. What all these big names would.
Yeah, Hemsworth was very,
and that's what I appreciate about Marvel. For the most part, with some exclusion, they pick these like. I'm not trying to say this to be mean, but like nobodies or unknowns. I think that's better.
Yeah,
unknowns.
Lesser known. Yeah,
washouts, has-beens.
I'm trying to be polite. And they see the potential and they build them up. It doesn't always work, but I mean, like I think the actor who plays like Loki was Tom Hiddleston. Yeah. I think he was like pretty much unknown before his role as Loki.
Hemsworth and Loki. Yeah, Hemsworth and Hiddleston. Yeah. I mean, you got.
I think the problem is like you get the big names and then they can't stick around. Like Natalie Portman is not sticking around to play Jane Carter. What was her name?
Right. Jane something.
Foster.
That's it. Thank you. So I don't know. It depends on how they want to go with it, and I think I don't know. I think
I expect an origin story again.
I don't think we get one. I think they're going to launch this in the universe they have, and I think they're going to try to tie it in more about, they've been here a long time already.
Origin universe you have.
No, I just don't see them doing origins. I just don't.
I see them doing origins. You
Nope,
kind of
we're gonna get the Spider-Man kind
Like
of thing.
when you say origins, are you talking about like origins of like
Creation
the
of the team.
foundation of the team, or okay?
Creation of the team, and I don't think we will.
No, I think I don't know
what do
about
you-
that.
What are
Creation
you
of the
saying
team.
origins for then?
I'm thinking of like their the characters' backgrounds and like them becoming who they are.
Wait, so do you think they build their own like movies based off of this? So you get a Cyclops movie and a Wolverine,
No.
and then the
Well,
team?
you might get a Wolverine movie. I mean, that's bank.
Yeah, I'm
but-
sure, but I don't know.
I'm saying no. I mean, you're gonna get the X-Men movie as a team, but they may already be a team. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Do you think they start out like the
you're
movie
still
is
getting
about them
origins.
recruiting the characters?
No, I don't
into
think
the
you're
team?
getting a recruiting thing. But
Okay.
I still think you get an
No,
origins.
I think they're
I
a
think
team.
there
They do it very
will
much
be
like
at
Spider-Man.
least one recruitment.
Well, no, there has
No,
to be
yeah.
because that's the fish out of the water. Like
Yeah.
like oh, you guys are
have
the
to build-
X-Men.
I mean, you
Whoa,
gotta
like,
relate
so-
to a
but-
character
yeah,
that comes
exactly.
in.
I still kind of do think you might get the.
I didn't understand a word you said, Jim.
They recruit like Rogue or something.
No,
That's happened before.
I don't want Rogue to be a teenager again. That was so disappointing. Like to me, that was like one of the greatest sins of like the X-Men movies because it's like Rogue was such an awesome character on like the X-Men cartoon or in the '90s in general. She was one of the powerhouses. I mean, she had Captain Marvel's power set, and she was just resulted to
Yeah.
nothing.
What were you gonna say, Mike? I interrupted you. What did you want to say?
I said I wouldn't be surprised if we get a full blown origin though, because they want to start it over for them, and I just don't see how you can do that unless you get into the whole X gene thing and like the whole like how they're starting the school, all that stuff.
Yeah, but how do you tie that into this current universe then?
Well, it could be a
Same way they've done with all the other origin stories they've done, Jim.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you brought that up, Jim, because I definitely feel like after Endgame, Avengers Endgame, it's definitely going to be one of those things where it's like, oh,
Well, that was reported too. I forgot
rebooting.
to mention that. They were talking about lots of time travel involved in terms of that movie and Captain Marvel.
mhm.
So, but yeah, so maybe that messes with things.
Mhm.
Yeah. could be.
So I don't know. This has been obviously these plans that we're watching have been in plan for years, obviously. So do you change them now, or do you stay the course and then start to change movies later for the X-Men?
I think you do what's best for your brand. Like they've already made changes to what they were planning. Like Inhumans never happened because that show was crap, and
They
And
started
that
to
leaves-
ramp it up like crazy, and they just
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
So-
I don't think anything that's like
you can still pivot. There's room to pivot.
yeah, if it's within a year, like they can like it's gonna happen. But beyond that, they'll change whatever they need. And I still don't think a proper X-Men movie is coming from them for another year.
No, I think we're 2023 before 2023.
No,
That far, huh?
No,
Yeah.
think
I would
sooner than
say 2021 is the earliest. 2022, I think, is more likely. 'Cause, I mean, you have to remember, like, we don't know anything after Endgame except for Spider-Man. That's all we
true.
know.
That's true.
Again,
Like, after Endgame comes out, I expect a full blowout in terms of their roadmap at San Diego Comic-Con. The timing is perfect.
That's true. Yeah, we
And
might know more about the X-Men then.
I
Yeah.
do expect them to be like a focus, though, for sure. I do think it again will sort of mirror Marvel's history when it started in the '60s with the Avengers being like the main thing, then moved on to Spider-Man and then X-Men.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think would be really cool is if, after the end game, the Avengers are kind of broken up or, whatever because of the events of that. But now you have these other groups like the Fantastic Four and the X-Men that kind of fill that void. But there's that balance where it's like the Avengers are like, almost a political entity. The Fantastic Four are kind of like celebrities and the X-Men are kind of like outcasts of society and stuff like that. So I think would make for interesting dynamics there and, pave the way to something like, Avengers versus X-Men or something, which hopefully is done much better than the source material.
I know at some point we will get like a new Avengers, just like we did in the
Oh,
comic.
no. Absolutely.
Hmm.
100%.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's going through Endgame soon here, so we're gonna get some announcements.
It's
I think-
crazy that we're only, 2 months away from it?
yeah, 2 months.
2 months and 2 weeks or something like that?
Yeah, we're a month away from Captain Marvel. Less than a
Yeah.
month.
Yep.
So, yeah, wow. All right, that's gonna wrap up the movie cast. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for viewing. Write us podcast at allyoucangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, All You Can Geek. Like us on Facebook, and hit that subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube, please. Thanks again, and tune into the Gamecast coming up, or before or after you listen to this. I don't know how you listen to these, so however you do it, it's here too. So thanks.